I'm still amazed about the creativity of our Monfil.ca clients today. Dans les années 80, nous avions seulement un déchirable, un découpable et on faisait de tout. How are thread prices today versus back in the days in the 80s or in the 90s? Funny enough, pricing, with the Chinese imports and what has been going on with the new production, the pricing have gone down. As you can see, we're selling Super B at $6.99 with free shipping over $100 across Canada. Back in the days, a cone of Madeira in Germany was close to $10 Canadian. That's 40 years ago. Il y a 40 ans, une bobine de Madeira d'Allemagne coûtait près de 10 $ et maintenant, à 6,99 $, on peut commander une bobine de Super B aujourd'hui même avec livraison gratuite. Did you ever deal with sewing people? Well, the answer is a big yes. Back when I started in '87, with my brother, we had a shop and I was actually doing the entire pattern making, the cutting, and the laying the goods. We had a table that was 120 feet long, and in one shot, we could make over 20,000 t-shirts. So I was actually designing sportswear and I was taking care of the sewing contractors. Although I did not do the actual sewing myself, I was involved with a lot of people, in the sewing industry, going from the supplies to the actual people doing the sewing. Dans les années 87, j'étais tailleur, patroniste, étendeur et nous avions une table de 120 pieds de long. On pouvait même faire jusqu'à 20 000 t-shirts en une coupe. Donc, j'ai eu beaucoup d'expérience avec le monde du textile, de la couture, des fournitures et même des couturières. Même si je n'ai pas moi-même cousu sur la machine, j'ai été exposé à tout ce qui touchait l'industrie de la coupe et de la confection du vêtement. What about stabilizers today versus back in the days 40 years ago? Well, that's a good question because that's one of the items that has evolved the most over the years because relationship in the actual sewing between the needle and the hook is the same. And the thread has changed to polyester quite a bit. It used to be rayon, but the stabilizer, like today, we have adhesive tear, which we didn't have back then. And even the mesh. Mesh now comes into regular mesh or fusible. Back in the days, we used to have one tear, one cut, and that was all she wrote. Dans les années 80, nous avions seulement un déchirable, un découpable, et on faisait de tout avec le même entoilage. Donc aujourd'hui, tout a changé. On a le mesh invisible, le mesh fusible, l'entoilage à casquette, l'entoilage adhésif. Il y a plein de nouveaux produits à essayer pour vous donner une plus belle broderie. I get asked often how creativity has changed over the years. Well, back in the days, embroidery was a luxury. Not everybody could do it. Even the cones of threads were expensive. The machines were expensive. They were mostly Japanese. The thread was from Germany. So it was a luxury item. Then came along cheaper manufacturing. The thread cost came down, and then the home embroiderer and the home sewer came on the market. And that's when it exploded with do-it-yourself. So it's amazing. I'm still amazed about, the creativity of our Monfil.ca clients today. They're really trying new products, new stabilizers, and the stuff they make is incredible. La créativité aujourd'hui est incroyable. Les adeptes de la broderie, de la couture, de la courte pointe ont vraiment un instinct à essayer les nouveaux produits et à être beaucoup plus créatifs que dans les années il y a 30 ou 40 ans où la broderie et la couture étaient plus un item, je pourrais dire, luxueux et un peu plus difficile à se permettre. Maintenant, c'est plus populaire, tout le monde peut en faire à un meilleur prix. Do I have any rewards on monfil.ca? Well, yes. The answer is yes, because we just launched a new website on monfil.ca and we have super dollars that are in effect right now as we speak. So, you get a percentage on your purchase as a super dollar that you can apply on your following purchase. You will see the amount of dollars. Obviously, the more you spend, the more dollars you get. That's nothing new. Il y a les super dollars qui sont effectifs présentement sur monfil.ca. Chaque dollar que vous dépensez sur monfil.ca, vous avez un pourcentage de retour et que vous pouvez appliquer sur l'achat suivant. And the beauty of this reward program is that it's going to be linked with Super Punch. Super Punch and Monfil will have the same super dollars. So you can purchase on Monfil and spend it on Super Punch, or vice versa. It's going to be the same super dollars. Le même super dollar sera disponible sur Monfil et sur Super Punch et sur les deux. Vous pouvez acheter sur Monfil, dépenser sur Super Punch. Les super dollars seront interchangeables entre les deux sites. Et je vous invite à regarder comme faut votre montant de super dollars. Plus que vous achetez, plus que vous en avez. How has the thread evolved over the years? Back in the 80s, 40 years ago, we used to buy Madeira thread from Germany, and it was, almost $10 a comb. And it was rayon. And back in the days before, I believe 1995 or the late 90s, the embroidery thread was strictly rayon. And rayon was a little bit harder to sew. Honestly, it behaved a little differently on the machine, and also if you washed it with Javex water, it would, whiten. So, the quality of the rayon was a little more difficult to handle. Now today it's polyester, resistant, you can wash it, and it's actually easier to sew. So this you have going for you today, nice polyester thread, well priced. So take advantage of it. Le fil rayon dans les années 90 était difficile à broder et était un peu plus capricieux. Et en plus, si vous le laviez avec de l'eau de javel ou peu importe, il pouvait blanchir. Donc, profitez du bon vieux fil de polyester présentement à un bon prix et vous allez avoir beaucoup de plaisir. Digitizing. Talk to me about digitizing. Super Punch, was born in 1996 based on digitizing. That was the first thing I did back then. I love the embroidery, so I started with that. And digitizing today has gone through a long evolution where we have automated scanners and a lot of offers from overseas offering you free, fast digitizing, but be careful, because scanners do jobs, do logos automatically, and they're not always the best quality. Le poinçonnage des logos est très important et faites attention de ne pas tomber dans les offres rapides et gratuites qui viennent de partout à travers le monde. Car Super Punch fut né en 96 avec la première mission, c'était d'offrir des logos de broderie. En fait, le punch en papier est devenu électronique. Remember, back in the days, we used to ship these logos by courier in an envelope on a big roll of paper tape. I wish I'd have one now, but that's how we used to enter the logos into the memory of the machine. On recevait les logos dans une enveloppe, des logos de papier, une roulette de papier où les punchs étaient punchés sur le papier et la machine avait un lecteur qui lisait le papier et ça disait à la machine de bouger sur les axes de X et Y. Today, way different. Everything's done by email. Be careful. Just make sure you're getting your logos done by a reliable source like Super Punch.
since 1987 with Johnny.